All right, Cowboys Nation, let's hook into the heart of this breaking news with some serious sizzle. Welcome back to the Dallas Cowboys Today News, and we're ripping the lid off the latest developments, shaking up Dallas as we barrel toward the 2025 NFL season. This is not your average update, oh no. We're talking blockbuster names, game-changing possibilities, and a roster that could be on the verge of a major glow-up. The Cowboys are sitting on a powder keg of potential with cap space to burn, roster spots to fill, and a fan base hungry for a Super Bowl run. So, strap in, hit that subscribe button, and let's ride this wave of excitement together. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Dallas Cowboys Today News. We are diving headfirst into some absolutely electrifying breaking news coming out of Dallas as we continue our post-NFL draft coverage. Buckle up, Cowboys Nation, because we've got a lot to unpack today, and trust me, you're not going to want to miss a single second of this. The Dallas Cowboys are at a critical juncture right now, with roster decisions looming, free agency opportunities knocking, and some blockbuster names floating around that could completely reshape this team for the 2025 season. From wide receivers to running backs, cornerbacks to defensive tackles, we're going to break it all down for you in this jam-packed episode. So grab your Cowboys gear, hit that subscribe button, and let's get right into the action. Let's dive deeper into why Cooper makes so much sense for Dallas. During his time with the Cowboys from 2018 to 2021, he was a model of consistency, averaging 80 receptions, 1,100 yards, and 7 touchdowns per season. He was a 4-time Pro Bowler during that span and formed one of the NFL's most dangerous duos with Prescott. The Cowboys' offense was at its best, with Cooper stretching defenses and opening up opportunities for Lamb and the running game. First things first, let's talk about the state of the Cowboys' roster post-draft. The 2025 NFL Draft has come and gone, and Dallas has added some exciting young talent to the mix, but there are still glaring holes that need to be addressed. The Cowboys have some cap space to work with, estimated at around $15 million, though that number could shift depending on roster moves, and they've got needs at multiple positions. Wide receiver, running back, cornerback, and even the defensive line are all areas where Dallas could use a boost. The front office, led by Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones, has been relatively quiet in free agency so far, but the rumor mill is buzzing with potential targets that could take this team to the next level. And let me tell you, Cowboys fans, some of these names are going to blow your mind. Let's start with the biggest headline of the day, Amari Cooper. Yes, you heard that right. Amari Cooper, the former Cowboys star wide receiver, is being linked to a potential reunion with Dallas. This is the kind of news that gets pulses racing in Cowboys Nation. According to reports from Nick Harris and other insiders, there's growing interest from the Cowboys in bringing Cooper back to the Lone Star State. Now, let's rewind for a moment to set the stage. Cooper was traded to the Cleveland Browns in 2022 after 4 stellar seasons in Dallas, where he racked up 3,893 receiving yards and 27 touchdowns. He was Dak Prescott's go-to guy, a true WR1 who could take over games with his silky smooth route running and reliable hands. But things haven't gone quite as planned for Cooper since leaving Dallas. So why is Cooper's name back in the conversation? Well, the Cowboys are desperate for a reliable wide receiver to complement CeeDee Lamb. Lamb is a superstar, no question, but the WR2 spot has been a revolving door of inconsistency. Jalen Tolbert, the current R2, has shown flashes, but hasn't proven he can be a consistent threat. The Cowboys' passing game struggled at times in 2024, ranking 18 in the NFL with 220 passing yards per game, and the lack of a second reliable target was a big reason why. Cooper, even at 31 years old, could be the answer. His familiarity with the Cowboys system, his chemistry with Dak Prescott, and his proven track record in Dallas make him an intriguing option. But here's the catch. It's not as simple as just signing him. Cooper is reportedly also drawing interest from the Las Vegas Raiders, where he began his career, and there's no guarantee he's eager to return to Dallas. Sources suggest that Cooper might need some convincing, as his departure from the Cowboys wasn't exactly on the best terms. The Cowboys would also need to create a roster spot, either by cutting a player or moving someone to the practice squad, and they'd need to navigate the financial side of things. Cooper's 2024 cap hit was $23 million, but a new deal could be structured to fit Dallas's cap space. Let's dive deeper into why Cooper makes so much sense for Dallas. During his time with the Cowboys from 2018 to 2021, he was a model of consistency, averaging 80 receptions, 1,100 yards, and 7 touchdowns per season. He was a 4-time Pro Bowler during that span and formed one of the NFL's most dangerous duos with Prescott. The Cowboys' offense was at its best, with Cooper stretching defenses and opening up opportunities for Lamb and the running game. Without him, Dallas has struggled to find a comparable replacement. Brandon Cooks, who was traded to Houston in 2024, was solid but not spectacular, and Tolbert's 2024 numbers, 35 catches for 420 yards, pale in comparison to what Cooper could bring. The Cowboys' front office knows they can't head into 2025 with the same lackluster options at war to, especially with the NFC East shaping up to be a dogfight. The Philadelphia Eagles have J. Brown and Devonta Smith. The New York Giants added Malik Nabers in the draft, and the Washington Commanders are building around Jaden Daniels. Dallas needs firepower, and Cooper could be the spark they need. But let's not get too carried away just yet. There are some red flags with Cooper that we need to address. His 2024 season was a disappointment, no question. Injuries to his knee and shoulder limited his effectiveness, and he struggled to adapt to new systems in Cleveland and Buffalo. The Browns' quarterback situation was a mess, with Deshaun Watson underperforming and backups like Jameis Winston and Dorian Thompson-Robinson failing to elevate the passing game. In Buffalo, Cooper was expected to be a key piece for Josh Allen, but he never quite clicked, partly due to lingering injuries. At 31, there's also the question of whether Cooper is still in his prime. Wide receivers often start to decline in their early 30s, and while Cooper's game isn't built on elite speed, any dip in his route running precision could be a concern. Plus, there's the financial aspect. Even if Dallas can structure a deal to fit Cooper under the cap, they'll need to weigh the cost against other needs. The Cowboys are also in line for 2 compensatory draft picks in 2026, and signing a high-profile free agent like Cooper could jeopardize one of those picks due to the NFL's compensatory pick formula. For those unfamiliar, the formula balances the value of free agents lost against free agents signed, and a big-name signing could tip the scales. Now, let's talk about the competition for Cooper's services. The Las Vegas Raiders are reportedly in the mix, and that's an intriguing wrinkle. Cooper began his career with the Raiders, playing there from 2015 to 2018 before being traded to Dallas. A return to Vegas could be appealing for Cooper, especially since the Raiders are also in need of a veteran wide receiver. They drafted Jack Bash in the 2025 draft, a speedy deep threat, but he's a rookie who may need time to develop. Cooper could step in as a reliable target for whoever's under center in Vegas, whether it's Aiden O'Connell, a rookie quarterback, or a veteran bridge option. The Raiders' interest complicates things for Dallas, as Cooper may have multiple suitors vying for his signature. Time is also a factor. We're in late April, almost May, and the free agency market is starting to dry up. The longer Cooper remains unsigned, the more leverage Dallas might have, but they can't afford to wait too long. Other teams are circling, and Cooper's options are narrowing, which could force his hand. Now, Cooper isn't the only wide receiver on the Cowboys' radar. Another veteran option is Keenan Allen, who's coming off a solid 2024 season with the Chicago Bears. Allen, at 33 years old, is showing some signs of decline, but he was still more productive than both Cooper and Tolbert last year, hauling in 70 catches for 800 yards and 5 touchdowns. Allen's game is built on precise route running and football IQ, which allows him to get open even as his athleticism wanes. He's not the 100-catch, 1,200-yard receiver he was in his prime with the Los Angeles Chargers, but he's a proven veteran who could provide stability at the WR2 spot. The downside? Allen's age and injury history are concerns. He missed 4 games in 2024 due to a nagging hamstring issue, and at this stage of his career, he's unlikely to command the same target share he did in his prime. Still, if Dallas is looking for a dependable stopgap option, Allen could be a great fit. His experience in high-pressure situations and ability to mentor younger receivers like rookie Savion Revel could also be a bonus. Another name to consider is Nelson Agholor, who was mentioned in a recent ESPN report by Todd Archer as a potential target for Dallas. Agholor, 31, had a decent 2024 season with the Baltimore Ravens, catching 25 passes for 310 yards. He's a veteran with starting experience, but let's be honest, he's not a game changer. His production last year was modest, and he's more of a depth piece than a true Roar 2. The Cowboys need someone who can move the needle, and Agholor doesn't quite fit that mold. Other options like DJ Chark, who brings a vertical threat, and Tyler Boyd, a former slot receiver for the Cincinnati Bengals, have also been floated, but both come with question marks. That's all for today's breaking news edition of the Cowboys Report. We'll be back tomorrow with more updates, rumors, and analysis as Dallas continues to shape its roster for the 2025 season. Make sure you're subscribed, hit that notification bell, and join us every day for the latest on America's team. Until next time, Cowboys Nation, stay loud, stay proud, and let's go get that Super Bowl. Peace out.